Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here today with a Love After Lockup, a Life After Lockup, Word on the Street. Heather, she's in her 39th week of pregnancy, and the train is rushing hard towards that track and going to go off the cliff. Okay? So, and let's hop right into it. So, Heather, like I said, she's 39 weeks pregnant, still living in a tent with Xavier on the streets of Chicago. This week, however, has been quite a week in Heather's world, and I'm going to let her share it in her words. So, first of all, let's start off with just another manic Monday in Heather's world.
"38 weeks pregnant. The most miserable pregnancy ever. Ever. Like, what the fuck? Being positive for like one moment takes a lot of work. The baby is very active, so, I know he's okay.
And that's the good news of all of this. The baby is active and hopefully will be okay.
But my God, none of my other children had to go through anything like this. Like, the intentional scaring me and waking me up with a fucking mouse inside of this tiny ass tent, like, that's terrifying for me. And those are like the very, very mild forms of torture that they've done. As I said before, sleep deprivation, food deprivation, assault. And I think too, it's the mind fuckery of when you start to get comfortable, no matter what circumstances you're in. Meaning you can make it work. You can go to a hotel and be okay. You could go to an Airbnb and be okay. You could even spend one night in a tent and
If someone hands these things to you, sure, you'll be okay.
be okay, right? But for 39 weeks, 38 weeks, and it's more than that. We're going into month 12. February 13th, it'll be a full year since I've had a decent night's sleep in a bed. Same for Xavier. And I never really thought, that this was possible. I know that the laws are that you can't leave people outside throughout the winter. I know that taxpayers pay money for programs. I've called every single one. So it just keeps on perplexing me.
And you have been offered resources that you turn down every single time.
How is this legal? How is this continuing? I've not had a single pedicure or manicure this entire pregnancy. Not even one.
I'll just let that marinate for a second.
But yeah, it's like the Xavier rubbing my feet, rubbing my back, literally treating me like a queen of the world, doing any and everything for me. I don't even ask. It's like I think something, I don't even have a full thought, and boom, he's there. Like, if I think, God, I wish that he was holding me. It's cold. Before I even blink, he's like astro projected himself across the room onto my back and like is holding me. And I feel like I have like an insulated heater. And that's the type of concierge love service that I get from my husband.
Concierge love service.
And then they do this weird shit where they change everything up with him and do these internet campaigns, smear campaigns, and all of this shit that I've already far graduated from. Like, that was so 2019. Let's move on.
1920 or 2019?
And then, like, with the mouse, like, it doesn't even feel real. It feels like some sort of virtual, like, asshole world. It's like, how many assholes can we find who are creative at making things hurt for a pregnant woman? Like, that's truly what it feels like. Like, they put me in these positions where it's like I literally lose feeling of my limbs. They know I hate the cold, so they'll like throw all of this stuff in my newsfeed about cryotherapy in ice baths. Bro,
I think your phone has been listening to you talk about how cold you are, and therefore that's why those ads are popping up, Heather.
especially in someone who is high risk for blood clots, you don't put them in an ice bath. What the fuck? It's insanity. It makes no sense. And then, like, everything I talk about goes in the newsfeed. If I talk about drug rep sales, they put a fucking Pfizer ad. It's insane.
I was talking about strawberries, and now I have all sorts of strawberry recipes in my newsfeed, Heather. Welcome to the world.
Or they put a reel from someone who's a Pfizer sales rep, like dogging on Pfizer. But then they say stuff like, oh, you have to be positive, right? So for me, I'm not sitting here toxically positive, like, oh, this is awesome. I love this. What a great experience. That is phony as fuck. For me, being positive is not giving up on the job search, sending 40 to 100 job applications and resumes out every day, continuing on social media, documenting, even though sometimes it feels like the things that are happening are so unjust and so unlawful that if the police cared, they would already be here, but not giving up on that. Circulating content that's anything other than me crying, still being creative, still listening to audiobooks or reading or crocheting or, doing whatever I can, creating content and coming up with campaigns. You can't, it's not easy to do that, so that's being positive for me. That's, in my perspective, positivity.
Like I said, it was a manic Monday in the tent. So that was Heather's Monday, okay? And Xavier, he was providing all of the emotional and physical support she needed on Monday. Things were really quiet on Tuesday, but then on Wednesday, going into Thursday, Heather was having problems with the tent and with Xavier. So I'm going to let her tell the story.
Oh my God, you guys. So we're 39 weeks pregnant. And the tent is literally collapsing from every single corner. All of the poles, I don't know if you could see, are broken. Someone broke them. The wind didn't break them, weather didn't break them.
I don't know. In this particular video, something about her lips is bothering the fuck out of me.
Literally broke them. I've woken up like 30 times since I tried to go to sleep last night at like 9 p.m. I am so uncomfortable, ladies who've made it to 39 weeks. How did you do it? And I'm not sleeping on a bed. I'm sleeping on a plywood wooden platform underneath our tent so that we don't get wet. It'd be great if Xavier's father, 311, would come through. Whatever changes to cause literally every sense of stability to be found anywhere near us, to be destroyed for no rhyme or reason. Can we identify that? Because I'm sitting right now in a tent that is not the tent I purchased. I just double checked as to what tent I purchased. The tent I purchased, we could stand up in. Stand up in. I bought it. I have the receipt. How the fuck are we sitting in a tent with all of our stuff in it that looks like our tent got its legs chopped off? What the fuck goes on? What goes on?
I don't know, but it sounds like they're having tech problems.
I'm exhausted. Fake fucking Xavier that acts like a 2-year-old and throws tantrums is back. Who also wears pearls in their hair.
Yes, you heard correctly. Pearls in his hair. As I clutch my pearls. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I want to remove them for life. And Disney princesses as they would be in modern day society, dating men who, in conversation with others, refer to themselves as princes and kings.
What did the Disney princesses do to you, Heather? Okay. I mean, they're innocent. Leave them out of this. I don't know what the fuck they have done to you. Okay. So this was her Wednesday going into Thursday. Now, I don't know if Xavier and the pearls in his hair were bugging the fuck out of her all day Friday, but she flipped out last night. Okay. Check this out. She wants to know where the fuck are her sponsors? Where are you guys? Why are you letting this happen? I'll let her tell the story.
So tired of this. You guys have no idea. It's like if I'm not giving them the emotional response that they want, they harm me. If I'm not sad, they give me a reason to be sadder. If I am feeling, anything that doesn't go along with whatever false narrative they're perpetuating that week, they just poke and prod until they get whatever emotional response they're looking for. I can't handle this anymore. Just to be sure, I have no sponsors left. Everyone who's been here this whole entire time supporting us and helping us, you guys are all gone, right? Because there's really no other way to explain how the fuck I'm being treated. Like, I can't think of a word to describe it. If I still had sponsors, I don't think that I would be being treated this way. So what's going on? Am I boxed in again? Am I tech boxed in again? Did they kill all of my sponsors? What the fuck is going on? And they're attempting to
What the fuck is going on?
scapegoat me, calling me with a whole bunch of phone numbers that I don't know. They don't even say anything. They don't record a name. As soon as I pick up, they either hang up or they just wait on the line for a little bit to make a connection with that number on my call log, and then they hang up. I'm tired of being...
It sounds like something nefarious may be going on, Heather. I don't know.
Being involved in this, whatever the fuck this is. I have a whole entire life that I should be living with my children and my family. Definitely there's no reason for me to be being held in a tent, sleeping on uneven wooden boards. They won't let me go, And literally the only thing worse than what's going on is the fact that it's been going on for so long. There are hundreds of thousands of people probably by this point, if not tens of thousands at the very least, who know exactly what the fuck is going on. They know who's responsible for it. They know why they're doing it, how they're doing it, what's going to happen. And they don't do shit. They just continue to let them do it. So, it's sick. Belmont Yacht Club, no one's here. It's February 9th in Chicago. All of a sudden there's 70 to 100 fucking people, like actors, surrounding me, playing volleyball. It's February 9th on Lakeshore Drive in the winter of Chicago. And you don't want me to feel as though this is curated and fake as fuck?
Okay. I don't know what quite to say to that, but yeah, Heather wasn't happy yesterday. And I have a feeling she's not going to be happy today. It's about 2:00 on the East Coast. And this is how Heather's Saturday is starting off so far.
Do you guys remember when I used to complain about... Well, if you really know, then you know that I used to be up at this time and looking like $1,000,000 and feeling like $1,000,000 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, who knows. Remember last week when they were waking me up every day at 3 a.m.? Now this week, they're waking me up at like every hour to hour and a half. My hips still feel like they're in a vice grip, and other than that, I'm doing all right, but they're not.
Welcome to being 39 weeks pregnant. Your hips are in a vice grip and you wake up every hour to 2 hours to pee. My son may be turning 20 this year, but I still remember pregnancy.
Not allowing for any regular sleep, and I don't sleep during the day, and they've got me up every hour to hour and a half. God, please don't let me lose my mind. Please. I need it right now.
Heather, I think it's been lost. Just saying. Now, something nefarious is happening with the baby registry. On top of all this, okay, according to Heather, somebody's fucking with her baby registry because nothing has been purchased. But as you can see here, it says 29 out of 20 items purchased. So if you decide to buy her anything from her baby registry, which I checked, there's nothing on it right now, let her know privately because something nefarious is happening with her baby registry. I'm terrified to death what is going to happen when she gives birth. She is 39 weeks. Her due date is the 15th. Now, Dylan Shenanigans. Dylan, this old married lady does not give a fuck that you have an OnlyFans, okay? He actually DM'd me a link to his OnlyFans at 2:49 in the morning. Like, I give a shit about his OnlyFans. Just saying. I mean, there's pictures being leaked everywhere. Thanks to Peace and Happiness 00 on IG for putting up this picture that's been leaked from his OnlyFans. So, Dylan, I don't need the link. Okay? I could get your link pictures anywhere. Like exposing him. He's trash. Put one up. Thanks to Crazy Train. And she's back. Exposing him. He's trash is back. And she's dropping the tea, which what she does best about Dylan and Marissa. But they just go on doing what they do. And she'll go on exposing them and posting her receipts. But Marissa, she'll go on in her world with her OnlyFans agency, and she's hiring for a whole bunch of positions. But personally, after all of the Quaylon and Chevelle drama this week, and watching Heather and being terrified for her baby, waking up to a DM from Dylan with his OnlyFans link and everything else that is going on, honestly, these are my 4 moods right now. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit that like button. Share my video with a friend or 10. And please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye, everybody.